Oh my god, hi you guys. So today I'm giving you guys an actual tutorial, like an actual tutorial. Not just me talking about my day, talking about my life, talking about how depressed I am, an actual tutorial. And first step is blue sticks. I always start off my face using, when I tell you I'm gonna be giving you guys details. This is gonna be a detailed tutorial. So like up right in, like a detailed face tutorial. Then we'll do a detailed something else, you know? You're gonna start off by a ton, don't forget the corners, of Blistex. For primer, what I'm gonna be using is this Jergens Natural Glow. I got this in Miami. And I already put some. Sometimes I do 2 layers, sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 4, who cares? Hydration, hydrate your face. This is not good if you're like clubbing, if you're gonna be sweating, don't do that. Otherwise, especially right now, it's so cold. Like your face needs to be like slippery. Right, perfect. And then what I like to do, okay. Does it do anything? I don't know. I got this, so this is Lise Wetier. I actually worked for them for like a hot minute. Like 30 minutes. This primer, I don't know what it is. I think it does something. It's green. I don't use it because it's green. I use it for like, I find that, I don't know if it does anything. I really don't know if it does anything. I feel like the key is really just to prime, but I find that around my nose area, it does help smooth things out and my stash. So I'll just do a little bit more here and here. Okay, I put too much chapstick, that's girl. Sorry. Okay. And yeah. And this, I like to like tap into my skin. So like, this primer, I don't know what the dupe of this would be. But yeah, just something so that, I have like 4 pieces of hair on my, whatever. I'm gonna be wearing, the wig that I'm wearing is gonna hide all of this. Also, how are you liking this? I used to always flat iron my hair. And I got this Conair thing. Oh my god, such a like, okay, maybe not a game changer, but no, totally a game changer. Okay, so let me just like wet my blender and put more my like a wig cap on and I'll be, I want a wig cap. Anyway, okay, give me first thought. Before I do foundation or anything, what I like to do, I grab this. Again, Lise Wetier. It's a color wheel. This is actually like super like famously like well known all around the world, I think, or maybe not. I use this like super dark shade. So, you know how the girlies use like orange, whatever. This is like empty, so I'm gonna have to find out like a way to, maybe I could buy one. I think it's like $20 or 26 or 36. To be fair, I don't know. And you'll notice a lot of the makeup that I use is makeup that I got for free, because I'm poor. So this I mostly focus on my stash. Right now there's like none left, so you know. Yikes. And my chin. Like the side of your jaw, to be fair, like it's, you know, like your man, sorry. And yeah, that's it. We're not gonna blend it out. We're not gonna do anything to it. So now for my foundation, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use, what I've been doing lately is I take a mix of these two. So it's the Fit Me Matte and the Fit Me Hydrate Smooth. So my makeup routine always switches to like whatever's cheapest, right? So like I said, I'm poor. I'm not poor, cheap, a little poor. Rent, as you know, living in Old Port is a little like more expensive than I thought. Phone bill, everything, you know. Just like you have to do with what you have. And sometimes what I like to do, if I want a little extra coverage, I'm gonna go, but I'll show you how I do it, with the Krylon. I hate this foundation. Like, to be fair, it's not good. So what I'm gonna do a 50-50 mix of the two foundations. So I'm gonna go in with my little mirror. And to be fair, I apply quite a lot of foundation. It's better to have too much than not enough. Okay, that was a lot. Oops. And I'm gonna mix them with the brush. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in and start applying like very like a deliberate amount. I like to put a lot because anyways the blender is gonna absorb like half of your product, right? So you like don't be shy and kick it on like this. Oh, I did a terrible job at shaving. Whoops. But that's okay because tonight is for leisure. I'm not working. Just networking, you know? I'm so excited. I've been thinking about this look for like a week or two. I was like, ever since like before New Year's, I was like, I did a wig for one of the girls at work, and I was like, oh my god, I need to do that on my blonde short wig. So it's very like Kim K for Dolce & Gabbana. It's kind of like the vibe I was going for tonight. So like this. You could do this step with your fingers, I don't know. So see, there's a lot left. I'm gonna try, obviously I used too much, but I'm gonna try to just, you know, not waste anything. Okay. That what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your, I use the Real Technique sponge, whatever. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna tap so that there's even more foundation on the blender. What if I just made up, because you wanna know something? The way my grandma, oh no, I always start with my forehead because the forehead is the place you don't care about like losing coverage, at least for me. Because I went on Accutane, so it's like, you know. But one thing about my grandma, okay? Anytime I ask her for a recipe, she always lies about it. She'll be like, oh yeah, so you're gonna use 2 scoops, but in reality, she uses 3 because she wants hers to be like best. Anyways, we love her. Like the other day I called her to know how to do like a bechamel. Do you know how I say that in English? Sauce bechamel. You know, like chicken broth with like flour and butter. Anyways, I'm convinced she didn't give me like the right recipe because it didn't look like hers. And it was her chicken broth that she froze for me. Anyways, long story short, what if I was doing that right now, you know? So like this, and I'm just like super lightly tapping. And if your neck doesn't match, it's fine. Who cares? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna slightly, very slightly, ever so slightly, just tap whatever is left in here. Just because it is a little right that. But the thing you'll see with the concealer and everything, it will like, you know, catch up. Then what I'm gonna use, this shade right here. Got this on Amazon by accident. Very good. Well, very good. To what extent, I don't know. And remember, I was never like a pro MUA or anything. So if your makeup doesn't look good, you're on your own, babe. So we're gonna use this like corally peach moment. Tap the brush, and I'm just gonna tap right here the high points. For the blush placements, for my face, I notice if I go too close to here, it makes me look like it's not super flattering. So we're just gonna focus it right here. We're gonna go again on the other side. And I like to go ever so slightly like on the arch of my brow. Someone on TikTok was doing that and I was like, oh, okay, totally, let me do it. Been doing it since, don't know why, but I know that I've been doing it. Okay, so now up next, contour and highlight and everything. So for contour, highlight and everything, I'm gonna use, we're gonna start with the contour part. We're gonna use a, what's the darkest? This one's the darkest. I'm gonna start with the contour. So I use the Il Makiage because I used to be under PR. I don't think I'm in it anymore. So this is gonna be 15.5. This is the F and Flawless Concealer. We're gonna start right here. We're gonna apply it. So I kind of go like a little higher than we think, but like not that high. Then same on the other side, like this. And since there's not a lot left, I'm gonna go around my nose, like this. And for the nose placement, make it like closer, but not that close. You know what I mean? Okay. Dipping again. I'm gonna go a little right here, a little right here, jaw, jaw, like this. We're gonna let it sit for a few minutes. As we do that, I'm gonna grab again a El Maquillage concealer. This one is in, we're gonna take the pink one. The 18th. I'm gonna do my nose. Oops. I'm gonna do a little around the eyes. So this is like it's not like full coverage, but I like the pink undertone. So I like doing like a little bit more like pink. It's like very like orange face, pink concealer. In my opinion, is like kind of like the way to go. Now, if you look at the girlies, most of the time what they'll do is like they'll drag lighter concealer where their stash is, underneath here. Hold on. Whenever I do that, it just maximizes my stash moment. Now, I'm gonna layer this concealer with the e.l.f. I got this like a week ago, a video, I don't know. The e.l.f. This is like actually full coverage. Before that, I was using the Urban Decay. Was this good? I guess. I don't know. It was never like, most of the products that I use, I was never like wowed by. I mean, they are good, but, and also with the concealer, so a lot of time you'll see like the girls go like this, pull a line where their nose contour is. I find especially with like a super light shade that you just like shouldn't do that because it's just like, it's not the vibe. And also a lot of people drag their concealer just down, We'll put a tiny bit on the forehead. And also just a tiny bit on the chin, just to say. The main thing about the chin, and you can always go back, but you can't really like take it off, I find. I'm just gonna quickly, the jaw, I feel like I always need to blend like right away. Because the El Maquillage concealer, I love it, but I find that at one point it will kind of dry a little. And then there's like not much you can do. All right, so like this. Then we'll do also best makeup tip, get you a makeup. This makeup rag I've had for 5 years. I have a little thing where I hang it up next to my desk. Always like, so right now I'm just gonna like squeeze my sponge because there's a ton of excess product on it of like foundation. Just look at. Now we're gonna blend the nose. So I'm gonna start by one side, like this. Again, squeezing it, trying to clean it. Let's do the other side. Perf. Under. And then with the flat side, I'm just gonna like quickly go over, just, you know, for good manners, I don't know. Now, cheeks. So you want to blend, don't drag it like too far to where like your mouth is. Keep it more focused like here. Perfect. And if you look at my videos, like look at my face routine like changes like all the time. But I feel like as time goes, I kind of like figured out like what works for me, I guess. I don't know. One person requested that video. So this is for that one person. Okay, chin. And for the chin, I'm just gonna slightly go, I like to do like a V shape. Or now it doesn't look like much, but like, I'm just having it like. Then on the forehead, like this. And always keep one side for, this is the main reason why I like the Real Technique one. I was never like, I never cared for it, but then I noticed, oh, it's kind of like useful. So like the sides I use for the highlights, and then you can always come back with the flat side to just like blend it a little, you know? Now for the under eye, well, you're just go eyeshadow blend. I don't know. But try not to go too close to the side of your nose. Because like I find that the ugliest thing that could happen, especially if you go with like a super light concealer, I think it's like kind of gross where like the side of your nose is like starch white. It's like, of course you're a man, of course you want to like sell a fantasy, but like to what extent? Like, babe, why is the size of your nose like bright white? We can always cheat that with powders. Like this. Then see how this right here, so you go back with this side, and I like to just go like this, right? For the side of your nose, whatever, you're gonna tap your sponge on your cloth. Oh, 1 second. We're just gonna slightly go over. Like this. Now because I spray tan my face, I feel like my nose looks a little tad bit funny. But you know what? The secret is really, the more you focus on something, the worse it's gonna get. So see how I just really like lightly, because you do want it to like blend, look nice, but you know, you don't want like the side of your nose to be like the brightest part of your face. I don't know if that makes sense. So see how I didn't use that today? Didn't need it. I'm tempted to go again with concealer, but you know what? No. We're gonna contour a little bit. This is the Anastasia. I feel like everyone and their mom had that. We're gonna do a tad bit. This I've had since 2019. Like most of my makeup, when I tell you it's like beyond expired, and we're gonna use a gel fiber brush that looks like this. I'm gonna start with here. Oh my god, how obnoxious. Like this, and then we're just gonna push that up. And this, I find this product blends a lot better when you're using it with a brush versus a sponge. With a sponge, it kind of has a tendency to go a tad bit patchy. Oh my god. But that being said, we'll go over with a sponge. Okay. See, now my gut's feeling's telling me to go back with a tiny bit of like the Il Maquillage. We're just gonna do a tiny bit like this on the sides, but we're gonna blend it like right away. Just because I feel like I need to warm up the face a tad bit. Like this. Perfect. Like this. So when it comes to like liquid, creams, whatever, what I like to do is I like for it to be like, you do want things to be like focused, but also you can always go back with powder. So I think that your liquids and creams should always be like somewhat blended. I don't know if that like makes sense. So before I start creasing, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my, for that under part of the eye, just like underneath, what I like to do, oh, you don't. Embarrassing. I'm gonna grab the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. Powder is super expensive. Was it worth it? I don't know. It kind of was, but also not. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm just gonna like go right here, because I'm also blending that crease a little. what I like about that powder is that it's not like super heavy, so that's like a pro. So like this, and then I always like to do like the side of my nose, just because I find like it does have somewhat of a blurring effect. So like this, I said the side, but like just do your whole entire nose, and a little bit right here on the nose. If I'm making stuff up. Okay. Now for face, I tend to always use this. I've been using like for a little while. So we're gonna start off with eyeliner. So I'm gonna use my matte mineralized powder and Light Plus, and yeah. So I like to start with the forehead. Just gonna like lightly tap. Underneath the eyes. The chin. And then we can always go back and build it, but for now we'll leave it at that. Oops. Before my face sets, what I'll do is I'll grab, where is it? Where is it? Hello? Where are you? Okay, hold on, I think I got a message. So I like to, this is a old MAC Christmas palette, but there's like this little contour thing that I like to use. So, and that's before setting. So I'm just gonna like load my brush, and this is a like, you know, I'm just gonna like tap upwards, but like very like ever so slightly, but also like with a lot of product. So tap. And you really want to focus on the outer corner of your face, because if you go like here, it's gonna start looking weird. And then on the jaw, I just go like this, like this, and that's it for like contour. While we're at it, I'm gonna take the blush. I actually really like this blush, so I'm gonna take this. And tap like this. And blush, you can always go back and add more. But the powders, I always like tap, you know? Just want to tap at it. Tap, tap, tap it. Okay, like this. Now, Studio Fix powder NC43. This I'll use for the outer perimeter, almost like a pre-bronzer, right? So I'm setting like the bronzier part of my face with that, especially my forehead. I feel like my forehead is the one part that I cannot bronze. So I always use this, tapping onto the contour. My neck, here, like that. Then I'm gonna go with a 217. Go in, tap it, slightly redefine my, but I mostly focus the product where the brow bone is, and I'll drag whatever here. And for the other side, focus on the top of your brow, go down. Right here, perfect. Now what I'm gonna do with a brush that's a little bit more dense, I'm gonna mix NC43 and C2 with a like flat, not a synthetic brush. It makes a difference, the synthetic versus like human. Well, not human, but like, you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna mix the both of them, swerve in one, swerve in the other one, swerve in one, slightly tap, and then we're gonna go over the stash. So, and I'm just gonna smile line this side, just so that everything's getting set together. Perfect. Now we're gonna I'm gonna go with the NARS gift from, no, that's a lie. We're gonna go in with the Il Makiage Carly Bible collection. This bronzer has been like my holy grail for like a hot minute. I really am obsessed with that. So I'm gonna take that. I don't apply it on my forehead, only like right here. Oop! Like this. The two sides right here. So you're gonna do the little V. And this, with this bronzer, it makes a huge difference. Like this. Underneath the nose, a little on the nose. Boom. So I think that where your lip is, you should do everything except put white. Don't highlight your upper lip. At least for me, it doesn't work. And I'll do a tad bit on the temple, but I don't like to put this bronzer on my forehead for some reason. It just doesn't look good. Most bronzers don't look good on my forehead. Okay. Now, my God, this is like exhausting, you guys. I'm gonna take like the NARS gift from like whatever it is. I'm gonna put a lot because it's like for some reason it's not pigmented. Just do a little bit of like contour again. And jaw. Perfect. We're gonna do a tiny bit more blush. But before that, we're gonna go back with this. But this time we're gonna put a little bit of like the lightest. I'm just gonna go like this. So this is the Studio Fix. So you're just gonna sharpen up like your jaw with the Studio Fix. Just to give a little bit more definition, but we're not cutting it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just mind your business. Okay. For highlight, I'm gonna use Soft and Gentle. I don't really like to highlight. I think it's fun to like bring back a little bit of glow, but you don't need to like, you know, looking on cares. Because sometimes the glow is gonna take away from like the definition you already add. So yeah, so this is it. Okay, so now for brows, I hate doing my brows on camera. For brows, I'll just tell you what product I use. It depends. So right now I'm gonna be blonde, so obviously I'm not gonna go with a super dark color. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, if there's enough, I'm gonna use this lip pencil from Il Makiage. It's brown, and it's, no, I'm not gonna, I don't have enough to do that. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Do I have a brown lip pencil? Oh, that was that. Oh, I had one. What was it called? What was it called? I think it's this one. Oh, well. I'm gonna use this. This is from the beauty supply store. It's called, well, I don't know anymore. But it was like $2. It's like super worth it. Where's my pencil sharpener? Where's my fucking pencil sharpener? Kidding me. Oh. Here it is. Okay. I'm gonna brush my hair up. And whenever you do your brows, make them skinnier. Like, you don't need to like add anything. So I like barely any product in the front. Slowly, and especially for like the bottom part, draw inside the hair. Come see this part right here, there's a little bit of hair. Once you blend it with the spoolie, it's gonna show. So you might as well save yourself some time. Then I'm gonna like follow the shape. And you kind of do want to drag it like just a tiny bit, just to say that you're dragging it, you know? Same thing for the other side. And what I like to do is I like to change the color depending on like what hair I'm wearing. If I'm wearing blonde, I'm not gonna go, I like to use like something that's like a brown lip liner. I find that it looks the best. Then for the top, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna like follow, make it, have a shade that's like making sense. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of color inside on the brow hair. Same right here. Okay. Like this. Going back with the brow pen and whatever this is called, this pulley. Gonna blend. Always blend up. That's it. Blend. Perfect. Gonna go back with no, what did I use last time? Last time I used, okay, I'm gonna use that pink concealer from El Maquillage. I use that as an eye base. So today I'm doing more like a nude look, so I'm gonna do that. We're gonna use I think this is a 212 by MAC. This is my favorite one to carve the brows. So you're gonna take some on, you're gonna load it up on the brush. And I like to use my concealer as a primer also. So I'm gonna start right here. You don't start at the front. Oh, maybe I should have set the liner. Oh well. Sometimes I set the liner with a brown eyeshadow, but I guess not today. Then we'll like this. So right, put your brush on the side, try to clean it, drag everything on the eye. And this we're gonna drag down ever so slightly. Same with the other one. And with whatever's left of concealer, I'm just gonna put on the eyes as a base. Okay. For this part, I like to blend just a little with my finger. And then we're gonna use this dense little pack brush, and I'm just gonna like tap the concealer onto the eyeball. And I like to blend this part right here with the face. Right. Same here. Okay. Now, before you start any eyeshadow, I'm gonna go back with this brush on the Charlotte Tilbury, swirl around. And what I'm gonna do is mostly this part right here, where the brow bone is, slightly, but the most important part is really like this right here, this little thing. I'm just gonna like go back and forth right here. So that way, because eyeshadow tends to be a little patchy around here. So I like to, you know. And also like back then, we used to love a good old like eyeliner, eyebrow, whatever. Not as much as a vibe as it used to be. But you know. Okay. How are you doing on time? Oh, doing amazing, sweetie. So again, just to be sure that the brow is set, but I don't set like the whole eye area. And I'll tell you why in just a second. I don't know. Okay. Now, we're gonna start with the eyeshadow. One of my go-tos for eyeshadow, El Makiage. They're like, good and bad. I don't know. I'm gonna use this one from Rico Nasty, but all the colors that I'm using are, and this one. This is the Color Boss Master Palette. The shades that I use the most are, who's Red Bottoms? Okay. Eyes on the Prize, I don't use. Back Off, absolutely love this shade. 979, Back Off, I love. I like Do Your Thing. I love Shopaholic. The No BS is very good as well. Now, their shimmers are super pigmented. The mattes, depends of what mood they're in. Most of the time they're good. So we're gonna start with this color, right? I'm gonna use it in the other palette because the other palette, like I started digging in and for some reason it's like working for me. And what I'm gonna do, if you see that you're creasing a tad bit, just go with your, I'm just gonna like tap that color because the mattes, they're not like crazy. You know what's so funny is that their eyeshadow are not like crazy pigmented, but if you pack it with your finger, the pigment is like, it doesn't make sense. It's almost like they're a wet eyeshadow. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna like tap that first. Just to, warm up the eye. Right, and we're just gonna like blend. Sometimes I like using bronzer for that step, whatever. This is really just like the OG, she's in a rush Betty. So now I'm gonna go apply a tad bit more. And girlies have a tendency of like dragging their eyeshadow. You don't need to, really don't need to. Most of the time it's not flattering. And you need to go with your face shape. Like if your face stops right here, if you drag eyeshadow up to here, it's not gonna show. It's not gonna show. Like it stops here. If you look here, there's this much that you can't see. So if I start dragging it, it's just like from the profile, it's not flattering. You add lashes, just like trust me. I used to be the girl who was always trying to like wing your eyeshadow, trust. Like, it's not cute. It's like, you can wing it like a tiny bit, whatever is left at the end, but like, don't try wing it as I'm winging it. Don't jump butter. It's like, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. Don't stress out. And like, I like to go like this when I'm blending my eyeshadow, and I kind of like follow the shape of my eye, like the bone, because when you go up, for some reason it lifts. Go figure. Go figure. Woo! Okay. So now I'm gonna go in with a Wet n Wild brown eye pencil. What we're gonna do, we're gonna sharpen with any eye pencil, anything that you shove around your eyes. Always sharpen it before. I try to kill off like whatever pink eyes left. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go like this, again, with a broken neck. And I'm gonna go, starting off with the lash line. And I'm gonna like slowly build a tiny bit of like pencil around the eyes. Almost to where your eye socket is. By the way, this doesn't work for hooded eyes, so sorry. Well, you can try, but with hooded eyes, I would go like, I would pass the eye socket. Sorry, that was like so rude. Don't cancel me, my god. This trick I actually learned at MAC. Stefan actually taught me that trick, and ever since, I've been like obsessed with it. I'm like, oh my god, this trick's like works so good. Then we're gonna go in with a 217. Yeah, we're just gonna like, we're gonna buff that. We're gonna buff it. So we're buffing. I'm buffing. You're buffing? Because I am. Now, sometimes I did a step before I go with the bronzer or whatever, but today I was like, you know what? Don't tell me what to do. So see? And this works best with any like creamy cheek liner. The Wet n Wild one is super good. I've been really like liking it so far. But you want it to be like a blendable pencil. Like, let's say the Essence one that are not that dry like for 24 hours. Amazing for the waterline. For this, awful. Okay. And also, let me tell you something about blending. No one cares. Like, unless like it looks crazy, no one cares. I promise you, no one cares. So now going back with the 222, we're gonna go with the darker brown. This. By the way, just so you know, I'm using the same thing. It's just like, oh my god, that'd be difficult. Just this one I like to keep clean, you know? Okay. And we're just gonna like pat. Just gonna pat, and don't go all the way up to where your socket is. You'll go back when it's like empty, but mostly pat on that like outer corner kind of moment. And then you can blend. And don't go out, don't start doing crazy things, just trust me. Pat. And blend. Whatever's left, I guess we can blend a little, but who cares? I'm gonna put a tiny bit more again. Pat. Or we're actually just not even really patting, we're just gonna like, you know. Okay. Going back with that brown. And also don't forget that the lighting you're doing your makeup in is also affecting, like, you know, because right now it might not look like super intense, but just you're better off starting building your things than to go like all in right at the beginning. I'm gonna use this random brush, going with that light brown. We're gonna do the under eye, and we're gonna keep it as close to the lash line as possible. like this. Okay. Now with a brush that's a little bit more precise, this right here, this is a 228. We're gonna go back with that brown, the deep one, deep brown. We're gonna just like put a tad bit on the outer corner, right? Like this. Period dot. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my, I have a Essence, where's that? Okay. This brown Essence liner. This is the extreme, this is extreme lasting. This is one of, when I tell you this got to be like my favorite, like inside the waterline eyeliner thing. Obsessed with that. So you sharpen it first. We're gonna start with this part right here. So hold on, let me try to, just so you guys can see that part, because I feel like I never show. So I'm gonna start off, okay, there's a tiny little piece that's gonna fall here. I'm gonna start here, okay? See how like there's already like a liner shaped here? I'm gonna go like this. No pressure. Like this. Then we'll fix it later with a brush, but tiny bit right here. When I tell you this step, you do with like barely any pressure. Like this, right? Gonna do while it's still sharp, same here. Like you almost want the side of the pencil to do the work for you. See, this one I messed up. Right? Okay, now we're gonna fill in the rest. Back then I couldn't do the steps, so what I used to do is I would, before I did my makeup, I would literally close my eye and go like this back and forth. That does make a little bit of a mess, so if you're like not comfortable doing that, I would totally suggest for you to do it before you do your makeup, that way, because it's gonna be a little messy, you know? Oh. Oops. Okay. Part of the lower lash line, just go. And this makes such a difference. Such a difference. Oh, this is like a little bit more flattering. This is a more flattering angle for the... Okay. So we're gonna go back, and I don't know why, I feel like as I do this step, like the eyeshadow gets a little less pigmented. So we're gonna go back in, add a little bit. This is the part where you're like gonna play with things a little, you know? Like this. And I like to like flick it a little, but also no one cares. So I'm gonna go back with the darker brown. And this like technique I do, like let's say I was doing like colored eyeshadow, I would have done like a black eye pencil, but it's always the same step, it's always the same placement, if you know what I mean, you know? Do you? It's okay if you don't get it. Like, goes under the back of the side. JoJo! Okay. Okay, so up next, for the shimmery part of the eyes, this is from Lise Watier. Again, me and Lise Watier, you know, love Lise. This one I kind of like, more pink. This one, Beauty Supply Store, super not pigmented, but who cares about the pigment? Because you know how girlies used to take their shimmer shade and go psh, psh, with their fix plus, whatever. I don't have any fix plus anymore, I'm poor. It's like 40 bucks nowadays, you know? So this is like your little base for like whatever eyeshadow you're using. So we're gonna do a little bit of Lise. And don't bring it too up. Oops. Really just a little. Totally. And you know what? I think we're gonna try mixing. We're gonna use that little gold glitter, but I'm gonna like scoop it out. Oh, what a good call. I love myself. Such a genius. Okay, and before that dries out, we're gonna take a clean to 17? I don't know. We're off. We're gonna like slightly blend out the edges. Drag it a tiny bit here. Just a tiny bit, just to stay. Then we're gonna tap. Okay, same here. Okay. Going back with the brown one, the dark brown. I'm just gonna like slightly blend. Slightly blend. Now, I'm gonna take this. We're gonna use the copper shades. Tap it just a little right here. Oh my god. Tap it right here. Okay. Then we're gonna take the lighter, this one right here, and do the rest of the eyes. Now you might be looking, thinking, this looks a mess. Gonna go back with the thing, and we're gonna like really just like blend these girlies together. Don't blink, don't breathe. Okay, with a pencil brush, I'm gonna add a tiny bit right here. Just gonna drag that. Now, remember how in like 2019, girlies used to like shove a bunch of eyeliner around their eyes? You want it to be, everything you do has to be calculated. And that's some Virgo behavior. Everything I do, just kidding. I'm not gonna snitch to your boyfriend. Don't freak out. I'm just kidding. A little bit right here. But like, don't do like a giant little blob. Like, have it be like almost a liner. Have it be a continuation of like that brown you just applied, right? Because everything has a purpose. Remember that. So, next video is gonna be blackmail tutorial, JK. Now I'm gonna go back. I don't know. I love, whenever I do my makeup, I love to do like a lot of like back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? Like it's missing a little like darkness right here. So that's what I'm doing. Back with the brown one. I'll just do a brush and I'll be like, oh, I kind of want to like use it around my eyes. Oh, terrible mistake. Don't know why I just did that. Okay. Just leave it alone. Okay. So is it making like a crazy difference? No, but what you're missing is you're missing the point. Okay? Pay attention. Wake up. Let's focus. But see how we have like a cute little oopsie shade, you know? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna, cause if you look right here, it's kind of like, it could use a little bit more darkness. So I'm gonna, this is the pencil that I've used like that light brown with. I'm gonna dip in the dark brown, tap it, and I'm really just like gonna, right here, just a little, you know, just a little. See the difference that it makes? Nothing. But at the end of the day, makeup is really all about like what makes you feel good. Like half of the steps that I'm doing probably don't do anything, but you know what? Oh, see, that side did something because I forgot to tap it, but you know. You want some use something, who cares? You know, you're and you also, something I used to have like such a hard time with is at one point you need to know when to like move on to the next step. So, that being said, next color, we're gonna go in for eyeliner. For eyeliner, I like to use my super precise eyeliner, long lasting and waterproof. Lies, however, very good tip, very good application, overall, very good liner, especially for the price. When did that happen? So, depending on the look, right now I'm debating, because lately what I've been doing is I do this liner that's a little bit more graphic. I think I'm gonna go for a graphic eyeliner. I don't know. Okay, what I always do, because whether or not you're like, you don't need to do liner, but you always need to line your eyes when you wear lashes. So, I'm gonna start off like this. And you want this line to be like as skinny as possible. Right? Who am I talking to? That's the scariest part. Same for the other eye. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Perfect. Okay, now for the inner corner, you're gonna use whatever you find that's got like a little felt tip. They dry off after 20 minutes, but that's exactly what you want because you get more control. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do, okay, I don't want to explain it. Look, shut up, and pay attention. So, okay, terrible angles. Oh my God. I look like Kendall Jenner. Shut up! So, extending it a little. Going like this. That's it. Right here. Oops. See, made a huge mistake. This is not what you want to do. But don't fear. We're gonna correct that using a tiny little brush. Tiny little bit of eyeshadow. That good. Okay. So now I'm gonna just like sketch where it is that when it comes to liner, still not really sure how it works. Okay. And you know what the secret about matching your eyeliner is? No one cares. Like, when I tell you no one will look like, unless it's like super noticeable. Babe, your face already crooked. Everyone's face is a little crooked. Like, naturally crooked. Like, I'm not coming for you, but everyone's face is a little crooked. So just like, remember that part. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. Just like, move on, get over it. I don't know. So now I'm just gonna like, and look, pay attention to where your eye folds. Don't bring that line, like make sure that it's underneath the fold, right? So for me, it's gonna be like this. And don't drag it like too far and see, drag it too far. Mess it up. Kind of good, Paul. Proud of you. Thank you. Okay. Kind of debating. I think I'll just go for it. If I'm gonna go for it, I need to go right now because I gotta go also. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this. Like this. Go like this. Okay. That's just because the makeup's a little simple tonight. I kind of want to like this, connecting. Then this right here is gonna have to like connect. Right. And then we're gonna fill that up. Hello? Oh. totally. Is it that deep? Is it really that deep? Okay. Same right here. Okay. So now that's pretty much like here. Okay, there's still the lashes, the lips. Let me do lips. Lashes, it's like, figure it out. No, I'll show you. Oh my god. See, I was like super into it. Now I'm like over it. I want to go. Okay, we'll do for lips. We'll do Boldly Bare. What I like to do, it's really all about layering. Just made that up. So, you're gonna start with a super sharp lip liner. If you don't, that's also fine. Who cares? For the outer corner, when you overline, try overlining the middle, not like the outer corner, because then it just looks funny. I don't know. So I tried to let the pencil choose where it's going for me, you know? Oops. Okay, now I'm gonna use a lip brush, and I'm gonna go in with a, that's ugly, gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna go with a super pink. Do you know why I'm like in a pink mood? I don't like, I used to, oh my god, I used to go for like the super browns, but now we're gonna go a little bit more pink. So I'm gonna load up. This is a, oh, that lip liner was Boldly Bare from MAC. This is El Maquillage Elwa, which means sweet in Arabic. I don't know if the spelling's the same, but I don't know. Oh, I think it's someone's name. Okay. Now, depending on how chapped my lips are, I'm gonna try going in with this little, this is Delish. It's a Frost from MAC. I love the glitters in this lipstick. However, if you have any type of like dead skin on your lips, game over. It's just gonna be gross. Okay, so because this video is already like a tiny bit long, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put my lashes. Should I show you? I don't feel like it. I'll do another video where I explain how to put lashes. You just, the trick really, all you need to do, okay? What I usually do is I'll put a layer of glue. So lashes, get them on Amazon, get them at Shoppers, whatever. You need 2 pairs in your kit. Super dramatic, so get those on Amazon. And then like a semi-wispy kind of like, genre, this is the best when you just want to show off your eyeshadow. Barely anything on. Actually, I might do that tonight. Well, I'll look. Anyways, what I like to do, I like to use the Duo, this one. Take a screenshot, this one I like. What you want to do, you're going to put a layer on the band, do your eyeliner, whatever. another layer, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna place your lash like this. You're gonna, I like to hold it with my fingers. You're gonna go like this and fit your lashes. Always cut off. You're better off with less lash than too much lash. Your lash doesn't need to start where your lash starts. Like, have it start like here. Like, leave a quarter of an inch to like your like whatever. When you place your lash, low-key don't listen to me when it comes to lashes because half of the time they're floating on my eyes. It never made sense. I'm gonna pop it like this. Make sure that the middle is first, the outer is second, and you connect the front last. And that's it. As easy as that. Yeah, my highlights. So before you apply your lashes, I like to put a tiny little bit of coat of mascara. But before you put your mascara, what I like to do is like there's so many steps to everything. Like makeup is so complicated for no reason. I like to quickly brush my lashes because you know sometimes there's glitter in there. I don't know. And I find that my liner gets stuck in my lashes, and then it's just like the mascara doesn't apply as smoothly as it should. I'm gonna use like this sample from like Clarins. It's waterproof. I usually use this one, but the other day I got pink eye, so this is going to the trash. So you know, and you're just there's not like you mainly want to focus. Just make sure your lashes are like that's you know what it is. It's like whatever you're doing, have like black lashes, and you don't need to try to like make them long because you know you're gonna wear falsies and it's gonna be harder to apply your false lashes if you coat like that. Especially I find with my lashes because they're already long, makes it harder to apply the lashes if you extended your lashes. So I'm really just like coating them for them to be black, if that makes sense. So right now I'm at the point where I'm waiting for my lashes to like low-key dry. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just gonna apply it. This one's like dry. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit more. So let me tell you something about lashes. Listen, everyone, like, first of all, everyone's got a different eye shape. I feel like sometimes they'll like, those like little lash act, they do sometimes work, whatever. For the most part, don't listen to people. Don't extend your eyelashes all the way up there. All the way up there. After the time, it's not flattering. Sometimes it is, but like, do test, you know? Like, depending on like what your lash is like, whatever. Try having it go like, here, I don't know, but don't have it be like too close either. So we're gonna start like this. I'm gonna show you, I guess. I was like bitching about like how I don't want to like do my lashes on camera. Here we go, I guess. That's a little dramatic. So like I said, middle, outer, inner. And the oh, I'm not throwing the mascara away. What if, you know, you never know. But I'm gonna wait. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my contacts in. Once like the lash goes dry, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back with a pear tweezer and I'm gonna like really make sure that the glue is stuck to at least my first lashes. Oh my god, the way this has been like my best lash application of like in a very long time. Try not blinking too crazy. Do something, maybe like eat lasagna or something. That's what I'm gonna go do. Yeah. How are you? Okay, so as this is like I kind of want to put a little bit more bronzer. I don't know what I'm so promoting. I should just, as I go, before I leave, I always like to, you know, touch up the face. Like this. You could always put a little bit of blush before you leave the house, you know? Always a little. Like this. Okay. And okay, I'm gonna go put my contacts in and I'll be back. My god, such a bad contacts in. So now we're gonna do lower lashes. So also a tip, you know how some people scrape their, that's disgusting. Don't be a pig. Use your towel, dab the excess, and then you're gonna go. I have super long lower lashes, so I'm gonna focus the product on the root. And I'm only gonna extend the outer corner. Oh, that's a lie, I'm just gonna extend everything. Are you kidding? Cried so much for these lower lashes. I'm convinced because it's because I used. So see, such a difference. And I mean, do I need to dip again? No. Okay, now we're gonna use this right here. I got it at the Dollar Tree. I think it's $4. It's so good. It smells a little like cheap, but the glow on this, perfect. By the way, the way I got tatted, are we living? Biggest regret. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, I just really needed to do something for myself, you know, try something new. And I became a lot more in the last 3 weeks. I feel like I've become like this very spiritual person, and I think that being spiritual is for like, it's therapy for the poor. I'm joking, my god, so problematic. This I would say is a very good dupe for the strobe cream from MAC. Like I like the, there's a little bit of glitters in there, you know? And I like the finish that it gives to my body. Of course I ran out like a month ago, but this cause the thing is I usually have my breastplate, but when I go to like, when I'm not working at like, when I'm just like going as, you know, they, them, I'll just do this. And I feel like with my chest it works, cause today we're giving face, we're not giving tits. You know what I mean? Like this, and to top everything off, just because my chest is a little spray tan's not spray tanning as much as it should. We're gonna go back with that El Maquillage. There's a little right here, a shimmer shade-ish. We're gonna grab a brush, of course. Well, no, I'm gonna grab your fingers, I don't know. We're gonna go in with this, and the shine in this, there's a little bit of bronze thing happening, but like the shine is just like, I love the finish that it gives. We're gonna focus that on the rest. This I usually don't do unless I have like a décolleté that's like, and don't forget the shoulder. The inner, whatever, just like make yourself shine, I don't care. But this is not like a glittery shine, it's just like a body shine, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's not like you shoved a bunch of eyeliner, because you know how the girlies used to like go crazy for eyeliner? And it's like, I'm all for that, you know? Yeah. Girl boss her way too wet, I don't know, but it's just like sometimes I feel like it could be like a little unflattering. This one I'm just saying words. don't even know where I am. Okay. Okay, so all's left is the wig. I need to finish the wig. I need to get dressed up. Let me like finish everything so that way I can like show you the final product. Be right back. Oh my god, I look like a hooker. Hold on. Something's like not working. I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe because it's like sitting too low. There's something that's just like not working right now. I'm freaking out. I have to go. I think maybe if this like that. Okay. I think it's the way that this is like shooting to just okay, so this bitch. Okay, let me brush her. Maybe it's because I didn't brush her. Hold on. Let's figure it out. Oh. Okay, I forgot the brusher, sorry. I mean, this little, I think it's like the baby hairs are like kind of ruining it. Because this is gonna fall, because right now it's a little intense, but I know it's gonna fall. No, it's so intense. I don't know how that happened. Why is it so? Because I was watching like Real Housewives of Miami and there was this one like drag queen that looked like I'm sick. I'm perfect. I'm literally perfect. Hold on. Let me close all the lights. This should be like, this should be closer. How sick would that be? Hold on. Where are you? Oh, no. That one was wrong queen. Hold on. Kind of shocked because I never do like a side part. I feel like it's like a little clocky to do a side part, but right now I'm kind of like, do I like it? Do I don't? Is it that this right here is not like, no, just overthinking it. Let me just look where. Hold on. Her. Okay. Oh my god, tonight I need to show you my heels. You guys are gonna like my little toe's still broken, but you know, live, laugh, love. Hold on. That's my floor's filthy. Okay. Look at her. I know they're green. I know they don't match, but and I know my little toe is like the star of the show because she's always like coming out. But these were $30 on Amazon. Cape Robin. If you guys, if like, because I am a size like 11 and these like fit, they're like actually comfy. Hold on. Ugh. They're comfy, just like take my word for it. This is, should I get gloves? Oh, so I'm like overthinking it. This is very like porno, babe. Very porn, very pornish. What pair should we do? Do I want gloves? I don't have gloves. Where are my black gloves? No, gloves are annoying. No, I should get gloves. Gloves are like, they always add two. I think, cause like there's this, but I feel like this would like dress it down, but it would make it more accessible. You know what I am? I'll just say like I'm a bunny. I'm like a. Ugh, it's there is something wrong with this. It's like too flat. My forehead's a little big. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let me. Out of breath already. Okay, 1 minute. Oh my god. Oh, there's something wrong here. Yeah. Let's try to